It's time once again to dust off your Jedi robes, break out the emergency lightsabers, and replenish your Force powers. That's right, The Force Unleashed 2 is here. We've been giving Darth Vader all sorts of grief to bring you our super review. That's right, the Star Killer is back. Darth Vader's one-time apprentice-turned-rebel has been reborn as a clone. The game begins as you turn against your old but new master, deciding to go off and do pretty much the exact opposite of what he asks you to do. Ugh, teenagers. As you learn more about what you are and what Big Bad Darth is really up to, The Force Unleashed 2 turns its focus onto what Star Killer really wants. There is General Kota's desire to attack the cloning facility on Kamino, all the while Star Killer's desire to save his former Lady Love, Juno Eclipse, playing on his mind. The feeling of immense power that being a Force-charged hero brings is great fun. With more lightsaber combos and some improved Force powers, everything here is that bit more epic than its predecessor. The visuals and sound design are truly stunning throughout. All in all, The Force Unleashed 2 is really good. That was a bad impression. Taking things forward from the first game, there have been some great improvements to the series. The somewhat fiddly Force grip has been tightened, making any item in the world an efficient and effective projectile. The new Jedi Mind Trick power is great fun as you pit stormtroopers against towering AT-STs, as the new weather effects are incredible. Watching the steam rise from your lightsaber as rain falls around you and the bodies you have just cut down really is magical. Time for a quick tip now. Starkiller has a lot thrown at him over the course of The Force Unleashed 2, with whole rooms full of enemies to get through. Get to know who you're fighting because the order in which you pick them off can make all the difference. Our advice is to start with the smaller guys, whittling down their numbers whilst dodging the stronger foes. Stick to this game plan and you should get through this just fine. If swinging lightsabers around your head in the general direction of an aggressor is your idea of a good time, but sometimes you just want a standard piece of steel on the end of your hilt, then why not check out Soul Calibur 4? Taking the age-old mixture of exaggerated muscle men and criminally underdressed female warriors before throwing in Darth Vader and Yoda, Starkiller even makes an appearance, although under his pseudonym, The Apprentice. Looking great and bringing some fast and furious swordplay to a console near you right now. Back with Starkiller now, it's time for the pros and cons of The Force Unleashed 2, starting with the bad bits. There's no denying that the latest addition to the Star Wars franchise is a little on the short side. The story, whilst brilliant, could have been padded out a little bit more, and given the option, we would have added even more Force powers. The middle section of the game plays out in starships and leading to a kind of lot of repetitive corridors, and short of the dramatic conclusion, new enemies stop showing up about halfway in. But, and there is a massive but here, The Force Unleashed 2 is undeniably the best effort at recreating the Force experience in your living room. Visually, the game is a masterpiece, from the glowing lightsabers to the ground being torn up as you unsheath the Force push. The voice acting, especially that of Darth Vader, is pitch perfect, along with all the other sound effects that we've come to know and love. At every single stage of the game, you're made to feel immensely powerful, and not a single set piece is anything short of gloriously epic. The Force Unleashed 2 is one of the best examples of a successful movie game. Whilst not constricted by a predetermined story or locations, there's a lot riding on anything to do with George's saga. But despite its short runtime, everything else on offer here is music to our Star Wars loving ears.